You know, when someone like Elon Musk makes a prediction, you kind of have to listen. I mean, this is a guy who doesn't just talk about the future, he's out there building it with Tesla and SpaceX. And his latest prediction? Well, it's about the one thing we all think is indispensable. The device you might even be watching this on right now.
Museums. Just let that sink in for a second. That's where we see dinosaur bones and ancient artifacts, not the little supercomputer that runs our entire lives. The idea that our smartphones could become relics, it sounds crazy, but that is the exact future he's painting.
And that, of course, leads to the big question, doesn't it? If the smartphone is on its way out, then what's next? What kind of technology could be so powerful, so game-changing, that it makes this device obsolete? That's exactly what we're going to unpack.
Let's be clear, we're not talking about just another product launch here. This is about the end of a whole technological era. For the last, 2 decades, the smartphone has defined everything. And the prediction is that this entire chapter is about to come to a close.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the sheer scale of the change being suggested. The source material calls it an unprecedented innovation. That means it's something we've literally never seen before. This isn't just the next step up the ladder, it's a whole new ladder. It's a revolution.
To make things even more interesting, this mysterious successor is being called the second smartphone. It's a strange name, right? If it's replacing the smartphone, why call it that? It kind of suggests it's going to do all the things our phones do now, but in a completely different way.
Okay, so this is the most important part to get your head around. We are not talking about an iPhone 20 or a Galaxy S30. This is not about a better camera, a faster chip, or a battery that lasts a little bit longer. No. This is a complete and total replacement of the physical device itself, a massive paradigm shift.
So, after all this buildup, what is it? What's the technology that's supposedly going to send our phones to the history books? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, but at the same time incredibly profound.
That's it. One word. AI. Artificial intelligence. But hold on. Not AI as an app on your phone, but as the interface itself. Imagine an AI that's so integrated into your life, maybe through something like Neuralink or just ambient tech all around us, that the need for a physical screen just vanishes.
And we're going way beyond just asking a smart speaker for the weather here. We are talking about a deeply personal predictive intelligence, an AI that anticipates what you need, communicates with you seamlessly, and gets you information without you ever having to tap, swipe, or even look at a screen. It basically becomes an extension of your own mind. This here is the roadmap for how this could all play out. First, the smartphone as we know it becomes a thing of the past. Second, this totally new AI-first innovation starts to take over. And that leads to the final step, where AI isn't just a tool you use, it is your connection to the digital world.
So let's just stop and think about the implications for a minute. What does a world without smartphones actually look like? Seriously, how do you call a friend? How do you navigate a city you've never been to? How do you pay for coffee? This forces us to completely rethink our daily lives, moving away from a physical object to this persistent, intelligent layer that sits on top of our reality.
So, to wrap this all up, the key takeaways from this wild prediction are pretty straightforward. First, the smartphone's days could be numbered. They might literally end up as museum pieces. Second, this isn't a small step forward. It's being described as a massive, unprecedented leap. And third, the engine driving this whole thing is artificial intelligence set to become our new direct interface with, well, everything. And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. Forget what the experts are saying for just a moment. And ask yourself, what does that future look like to you? Can you truly imagine your life without that device in your pocket, and instead having some kind of invisible intelligence guiding you? Because one way or another, that future is coming.